In this part 2, we're going to look at how we can set up hydraulic cylinders, and we're going to use the look at constraint for this situation. So we're going to start off by drawing a very simple little hydraulic cylinder using a bottom cylinder and then drawing what's going to be the internal actual piece of the cylinder that moves in and out. So when we're animating the cylinder, we could simply do a keyframe animation and have the cylinder move in and out like this. The issue with that is that we also need the cylinder in our trackhoe model that we're working on to follow that arm. So this cylinder as one piece will be moving and rotating. So for instance, this bottom piece will be moving this way with the arm, and we need to have this top piece move with it. So the way we're going to go about doing that is using dummies. So to find them, we're going to come up here to our Create tab, and then we're going to slide over to our helpers, and right up here you'll find Dummy. And all this is basically just a reference point. So we're going to draw our dummy, and it really is not that important how big it is. What we do want to do is make sure that we have set it in the center of our cylinder here. And we'll come back down to dummy. We'll put another dummy in here, and we'll put that at the bottom of the cylinder. What we want to do is we want to use our look at constraint to have these things looking at each other. Now the first thing we need to do is we need to link this cylinder with the dummy that's going to be acting with it. So we'll come up to link, click and drag to the dummy. We're going to select our bottom cylinder. We're going to do the same thing, but we're going to link it to this dummy. Now we want to select our dummy up here, and we're going to come up to animation, constraints, look at constraints, and we're going to constrain it to the bottom dummy. Now notice that it snaps over here, and then right over here select look at axis. We can change that, and here we can see it's opposite of where it needs to be, but it's the right axis, so we'll just click on flip so that it's lined up with each other. And at this point, if we move our dummy, you can see that the cylinder is pointing to the bottom of the dummy, but it's not staying with this cylinder. So we still have some work to do. Okay, so the last thing we need to do in this is we need to select our bottom cylinder, go to animation, constraints. We're going to throw another look at constraint on it, but this time we're going to constrain the bottom cylinder to the top cylinder. Again, we need to select the look at axis, so that's the correct axis. And once we got that correct, now we should be able to move this, and you can see that our cylinders follow each other properly, and it's working like we want it to work to create this hydraulic cylinder.